Welcome to the Musician Gumbo Show with Athoas Brown. Add a cup of drums, a tablespoon of sax, and a pinch of piano. Stir it up and let it simmer. Sit back and enjoy the show. You're listening to the Musician Gumbo Show here on BlogTalk Radio, episode number 2. Well, welcome, everyone. Thanks for listening today. I'm Erica Joseph, and I'm here with Athoas Brown. This show is to provide you online access to an experienced musician, composer, and producer who does music full-time and has learned to eat with his music. Athoas Brown does welcome questions. You can call into the show while we are recording, or you can send an email through BlogTalk Radio or any of the social media platforms you heard this show. The call-in number is 607-203-5307. Well, good morning, Athoas.
Good morning, Erica. How you doing out there?
Good. How are you in L.A.?
Oh, I'm doing good on this Monday morning.
All right. All right. Well, we off to we're here at the second we're in the second quarter of the year. We're on our new project with the BlogTalk Radio program, and I'm super excited.
Yeah, same here. I'm excited as well. I'm just ready to kick it off.
All right. Well, this week, before we get started, we'll let you share anything about any projects you're working on and anything you would like to share with the listeners, or, just kind of give them a little bit about what you're doing right now.
Well, right now, Erica, I'm finishing up on a gospel project right now. We're back in doing some mixing. We have about 3 more songs left on the album. It's going to be an 8-song album. And we're just about done on it. Hopefully we should be done by the first second week of May. And hoping to put it out by the summertime.
And you told me before this was a project you started before, and then, you had to take a break, but now you're back on it again.
Right. It's a project that I started a few years ago, and some things came up, and we had to push it back a little bit, but be back on track now. I had to get some new vocalists to sing on it. I have to remix it again, and I think it's going to come out pretty good.
All right. That's good. That's good. So anything else you want to share on something you're working on before we go to In the News?
Well, I just wanted to share that recently I got signed to Spirit Music Express as of last Friday. And well, I'm excited about that. I've been with Spirit before. They've administered my music before, but this is a new division that they just started called Spirit Music Express. And I just signed aboard with them, and I'm glad to be with them. I'm super excited.
All right. Well, congratulations. Yeah, congratulations. So that goes right with your plan about being in position to eat with your music and how your music can bring in royalties and keep it going no matter what.
Exactly.
Okay. Well, let's move on to In the News. So is there something happening out there in the music world that musicians need to be aware of?
Well, I'm a member of ASCAP, and we have some upcoming events I'd like to share. One of them is the Women in Music presents Composing Your Own Way. That's in New York. That'll be April 16th. Also, we have here in L.A., the ASCAP I Create Music Expo. That starts on the 28th of April to the 30th. And if a musician or songwriter haven't been to that event, I highly suggest that they go. It's going to be a super 3-day event of networking, hearing industry professionals talk about the ins and outs and how to increase your music and awareness and to generate income. Yeah, so I highly suggest them to go to the expo. And also one other thing, the Recording Academy of Los Angeles chapter, which is the Grammy Showcase. There's a Grammy Showcase that's going to be May 17th. The entries closed already April 1st, but they'll have tickets available for the Grammy Showcase, which will be at the Fonda Building in Hollywood, and that will be May 17th. And this will be their third annual event. So those are the 3 most upcoming events right now that's happening.
Okay. And that expo goes right along with what you talked about last show about that networking and these connections in the industry. Yes.
I went about 3 years ago, and it was a great experience. It was 3 days of just networking with people and hearing the panel speak, supervisors. It was a really good experience, and that was at the Kodak Building in Hollywood.
Okay.
Yeah, so I highly recommend for people to go to the site if you're an ASCAP member. If you're not an ASCAP member, it's good to go anyway. So I highly suggest that.
Okay. All right. Well, that was our In the News. So I tell you what, let's go ahead and take a quick break, and we'll be right back.
Take action today to change your tomorrow. PlanToWin.info is dedicated to future-focused solutions for everyday living, offering online classes and ebooks, featuring Secrets of a Homeschool Mom, Guide for Hiring a Home Improvement Contractor, and Bounce Back from Divorce. Visit us today at www.plan2win.info.
Well, welcome back from the break. You're listening to the Musician Gumbo Show here on Blog Talk Radio. The call-in number is 607-203-5307. Well, before we go to our question, we like to give a shout-out to people who showed us some love on Twitter from last week's show. So we want to give a shout-out to Garrett Goodwin, Cara Aratus, and Samaya. So thank you so much for liking us on Twitter and sharing, with your Twitter followers that you like the show. So we really appreciate that. So now this week we're going to move on to our question for Athoas Brown. So you ready, Athoas?
Yes, I'm ready to go.
Okay. So now this week's question is coming from Britt. It says, when I think about non-performing songwriters and the type of songs promoted by publishing companies, I think of country music, R&B, and commercial music like jingles. Is there a market for more traditional rock-based songs in music publishing? Secondly, where can I look to find publishing companies specializing in this form of music? All right, on you, Athoas.
Okay. Well, Brent, there are more traditional rock-based songs in music publishing. They usually are combined with alternative. You have several type of companies that do that. You can basically, there's a market for it, but like I said, it'd be basically with rock and alternative type music that you can basically check out as far as for publishing. And also secondly, to find these companies, one place is the AIMP, which is the Association of Independent Music Publishers. Another location is the MPA, the Music Production Association, or the Music Expo, what we talked about earlier, which is ASCAP.
Mm-hmm.
And another place is called South by Southwest. These are venues that you can find music publishers and actually talking with people to find out if they're doing traditional rock-based music and find out what they need and how to submit to these particular type of companies.
Mm-hmm.
So I highly suggest that you can always Google the AIMP. They always have events going all the time. Also, the CCC, which is the California Conference Copyright. They have programs in the city where you can go and continue to do networking. And I've been to all these particular ones, except for South by Southwest. I haven't been to that one. I believe that was in Austin, Texas, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Or either Utah, either one of those two. But those are great places to go to find out who is doing traditional rock-based songs and publishing. And once again, as I shared about in the last show, there's no one way to get there. And you just have to do just networking and talking with people. A lot of these events have panelists, and the panelists they'll share some of their insight on other ways that you can go and check out and find information to find out about traditional rock and where to go and how to present your music. So those are basically some of the main things that you can do. Mm-hmm. So let you know, Brent, that thank you for definitely asking this question, and I hope it has helped you in some type of way.
Mm-hmm. Now I know, Athoas, you talked about having a family member who does traditional rock. I'm thinking about a different person.
No, my nephew, he's 24. He lives in Tucson, Arizona. His name is Ryan Bird, and he's the bass player and the guitar player.
Mm-hmm.
And he's been with his band, I think, maybe 3-4 years, maybe. It could be longer. Mm-hmm. But his main thing is metal. He likes heavy metal.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And rock is one of his. And I've shared with him some of this information for his band to seek out publishers.
Mm-hmm.
And so he's taking the suggestion. Now, of course, they've had some change in personnel, and that usually happens with bands. But right now, so far, he has some steady band members. They're constantly writing, and I think they have a show coming up pretty soon. I forgot the name of the band, but he's definitely been working it and been due diligent in composing songs and getting ready to present to publishers.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. Now, Athoas, if a person would like to ask you a question or contact you about a project, where can they get in touch with you again?
They can get in touch with me at athoasbrown@yahoo.com. That's ATHOAS Brown, BROWN, @yahoo.com. And any questions or comments, they can feel free to email me.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. Well, thanks for answering the question today. And thanks for listening today for our listening audience. Thank you for sending in your questions. I tell you what, go ahead and click the follow show here on Blog Talk, and Blog Talk Radio will notify you by email or text 1 hour to the prior to the show going live. Now, we appreciate those who showed us some love last week, so don't forget to show us some love on social media. Well, that's it for this week. Let's eat.